It's my favorite time of the year, guys, or half year, I guess. The Spring Sephora Sale is coming up on April 4th. So we're going to talk about everything today on the sale, give you a little bit of info about it, give you some shopping tips and tricks, and we are especially going to focus on a cruelty-free beauty guide. So if you're shopping cruelty-free brands, I wanted to walk you through some of the ones I recommend, some of the things that are on my wish list, and just talk all things Sephora sale. So if that interests you, stick around and we'll dive right on into it. So welcome, guys. I am Cher if you're new here, and I really love to cover the sales. I tend to cover Sephora, Ulta, Nordstrom, other fun sales and deals. I do a lot of beauty boxes here too, where we have a lot of deals we find in beauty. Great way to sample a lot of different types of beauty, and I do a lot of other reviews here. I love the sales. Sephora sale is probably my favorite of all, to be honest with you, because this is the one that it's like a certain percentage site-wide, so, and store-wide. So it's the same amount off for everything. So it's more customized for your wishes and what you want to shop for. Whereas the other sales are kind of more focused on only certain items are on sale and on a discount. So that's what I love about Sephora is I can pick up all the latest breaking things without having to be limited. So let's go ahead and talk intro on the Sephora sale, give you kind of just the information about it and some of these tips that, I'm sharing. I'm going to also put timestamps in my caption for you so that if you're an expert at the Sephora sale, you can just skip right onto the sections that interest you. But for those who haven't shopped it a lot and you just want some general info, this is what we're going to cover now. So the Sephora sale, you have different tiers depending on how much you spend at Sephora. You could be at your Beauty Insider where you will get 10% off everything. Beauty Insider is basically just if you go out and you download the app and you set up an account, you're automatically in. You don't really have a minimum of how much you spend, all of that. You're going to get Beauty Insider rewards and perks. And so you'll get to shop the sale at 10% off if you have a Beauty Insiders account. Then you have your VIB folks, and those folks get 15% off, and there's a certain amount that you spend like in a year. And so that's kind of the next tier up. I think that's probably the most popular tier is, people shop enough at Sephora, they've racked up some good points, but they're not always the rouge folks like me that are a little bit too much of a Sephora girl. So that is the rouge category, and that is your highest level tier. You get 20% off, and you have to spend a good bit of money per year, which guilty. And so everybody kind of gets a certain amount off site-wide, just depending on what tier you're in. Now, the rouge folks get to shop first, and then everybody else is after that. So a few perks to being rouge. Also, you have the Sephora collection that always goes on sale, and they are the highest discounted category because it's anything that's in the Sephora brand. So Sephora collection items, and they have everything from foundations to makeup brushes to I don't know. I mean, they got a lot of different things on the collection. And so that goes 30% off, and that starts on the same day as the rouge usually too. This is your best deals, to be honest, is in the Sephora collection. Now, I'm not much of a Sephora collection shopper myself, mostly because they're not cruelty-free, unfortunately, across the board in the Sephora line. So I have given you guys all my tips and tricks for the Sephora collection in the past, but I'm not going to include that this time because off the bat, we can strike that not being cruelty-free. I've tried a few things in the Sephora brand. They've got some pretty good deals in there, but it's probably not like my favorite brand, so to speak. There's just so many other brands I love so much more that I get bored shopping in the Sephora collection myself anyway. But I will go ahead and give you the disclaimer, guys, that I am a luxury bougie girl. So I have a few items I love in like drugstore beauty, but overall I am a lot more drawn to the higher end items and such. So I'm not always looking for deals, like deals just for the sake of deals. I'm looking for what can I buy while it's on a discount of some of my favorite things that are really good? And that's what I want to focus on today. Some tips though that I can give you that I'm still going to be shopping is buying in sets, because Sephora has some great like favorites sets. So they have 3 new ones that are coming out right now, actually brand new. They're in some people's stores. I already called mine today, my local one, to see if mine had it, because I was going to run across town and go pick them up if they did, but they don't have them in mine. Mine is slow as molasses and I'm always behind everybody, and they're not online yet, but they may be at the time of you watching this. So there's 3 new sets out there. One is called something with vacation. I'll put it on the screen for you here. I think that's my favorite one I'm looking at. They've got another one coming that's like clean it up. I think it's going to be clean makeup brands, and then another one called What's in My Bag, I think. All 3 of those look fantastic. They are a mix of all different like really popular good beauty, all the beauty that I want. You have Merit in there, you have Glosser, I saw. You've got some makeup by Mario. You've got Glow Recipe, Amika. You've got the viral milk makeup jelly tints, you know. So you've got like a lot of the viral trending good makeup in these for like a great deal in there. So I always recommend picking those up, but of course they might sell out too. But that's always like a top, you know, pick. A lot of the brands that are in these sets are cruelty-free and like clean brands and vegan brands sometimes. So a lot more of these in the sets tend to be like in line with the type of makeup I like to purchase. So that's why I do still have this on my list of things to recommend to you guys as like sales tips for you. And then other sales tips, sometimes Sephora will put some things heavily discounted on sale. You might find some major steals on big palettes and whatnot, but we don't really know those ahead of time until the sale opens. So be on the lookout for it, that there may be some extra deals on top of this sale. And so those are kind of more just my tips, is shop the sets and shop like any extra deals you see that they might be featuring for the week. So beyond that, it's really just what you are interested in, what brands, you know, are your favorites, and you're going to get a whatever discount, 10%, 15, 20, whatever category you're in, on those favorite brands of yours. So that's what I am going to be sharing with you guys. This is just some of my recommendations of some favorite brands, some favorite items, maybe some new release items that are coming. I want to point out to you. So we'll go through all of that. Let's start looking at some of my recommendations then, and let's look at some new release products that are out currently or that are about to come out at the time of the sale. I just want to highlight to you. So the first thing of all, guys, is going to be Rare Beauty. So the Rare Beauty blushes, they came out for like a second, like some people got access to them, but they weren't like officially kind of launching on the Sephora site until March 27th. So I think the 27th they're supposed to drop at Sephora. And I know that's going to be a big, big, big one. Probably everybody's going to be shopping that blush. I know that's going to probably be the #1 thing everybody picks up. And I think everybody's kind of forgotten about it now because of the fact that she kind of dropped a few little hints and then it wasn't available anymore. Well, now it's going to be available at the time of the sale. So these blushes are going to be called the Soft Pinch Matte Bouncy Blush. And of course, if you remember last year at this time, the more luminous ones came out and it was all the rage and all the hype. I've actually got a couple right here. And I picked these up on the Sephora sale, as a matter of fact. And I think this was the #1 everybody else was getting to, so it's probably going to be a similar idea, but this time these are the matte ones. They look so good. I just love all the colors in them, very colorful, lots of shade ranges, bright and beautiful. So this is in my wish list, giving you a spoiler alert. Then another one that has not dropped yet but will be by the time of the sale, it's going to launch, I think, March 30th, are a couple of new Sol de Janeiro scents. So more that should be popular. So we have 2 of them. One's called the Fleur, if I pronounced that right, Mystica. It's a hair and body fragrance mist. And this one is going to have notes of orange blossom, gardenia, and musk. So should be kind of floral. I am not always as much of a gardenia one, so I'm probably not going to go for this one. Another one that's coming though is called Danka Mystica. And this one's going to have fig, warm vanilla, and sandalwood as the notes. So I don't know, I'm back and forth. But anyway, so a couple new fragrances coming. I figured I'd point out. So a few things that are dropping that haven't dropped yet. All right, so a couple things that have dropped already though, that I figured I would recommend. If you have not seen, I have a couple of videos on this actually. I have one where I did a recent Sephora haul, and then another one where I was ranking skin tints. And so the Milk Makeup new skin tint. It is amazing. I love this so much. I will try to put in a few clips in here just to give you a feel for like what it looks like on the skin going on. Oh my goodness, it is really good. I really recommend it. I feel like it's kind of just that right balance between hydrating but not like overly hydrating. So I ranked this very high in my skin tints video. I think it is fantastic. So definitely one that I recommend picking up on the sale. All right, and similarly, we have another video I just did where I did a Merit haul, and they've got a couple of new shades in the Merit Flush Bombs. So these are Merit's blush, basically their cream blush, and I love these things. I just love the packaging. I'm very much getting into this minimalist, you know, vibe going on with Merit, but a couple of great new shades, and I love this shade. I picked up, this is one of them. It's kind of got like a brighter flush to it, like more peachy, like warm toned, but fantastic. And so this one's actually called, what is this called? It's Lusitano. Love it. And I love the blend. It looks intimidating with how bright it is, but honestly, it goes on very subtle and you build it up to make it more, you know, give you a pop of color. And then similarly, brand new on the market as well, I just picked up these Merit new lip liners. So they got all new signature lip liners. I really like them. They're very, very, very creamy. So if you like more of a matte, you're not going to like these. But if you want a good, really good gliding, very creamy, but subtle, they definitely give more of a subtle lip line. They're not highly pigmented, but I really do like these a lot. Recommend them, picking them up. These are pretty new. I got shades Bespoke and then Towback, something like that. I also picked up their new lip oils as well, but these are more the sheen ones. So the sheen ones are the ones that came out. They came out in like 4 different colors, I think. And I really like them. They're nice. I also had another lip oil that had come in my Allure Beauty box that isn't the sheen kind. It's a little more solid, but they are nice lip oils. So all of these are kind of like new things I just recently grabbed. Also, I figured, okay, I highly recommend the Urban Decay Face Bond. First of all, this is not new. It came out a while ago and I've had this in my recommendations. I had it in my best of beauty for 2024. I thought it was a fantastic product. So I definitely recommend the foundation to begin with. So I've got it right here. Sorry, I didn't have it on me right away. This is, it's like so many steps in one, but it's like self-setting too. Really love it. I have the shade 12 Light Neutral. Really recommend this one. It's that perfect, like, hydrating, but yet matte too. Like, it's self-setting, so it sets, so it's not like running. I think it's like such a good, almost universal foundation for like everybody, in my opinion. But anyway, then they have come out with their luminizers, their Face Bond luminizers. Now, these are not brand new by any means, but they're newer than the others. And I just got some in PR, and so that's why they're fresh on my mind. I wanted to mention them. And you can use them in so many different ways. So that's what I love about them. But they also still have that fun, like, dropper packaging on them. So you could use them on the eyes as like an eye shimmer. You can use them as body glimmer. Like, I put them all over my chest and neck, or you can just use it as a swatch of highlight, or use it as like face highlight where it's like a glowy base or something like that with your primer or over your makeup. Now, I would say I don't feel like it works quite as well as a highlight because it's not ultra pigmented where you're going to give this pop of highlight. If you're somebody who likes a very natural highlight, it will work for you. I'm not. I like major glow. But I love this for both a topper and as like an overall like body shimmer. So I think they're really fun. So figured I wanted to mention those. Then also, if you're high-end bougie girl like me, Westman Atelier, they recently came out with their bronzing drops, and I absolutely love these so much. Highly, highly recommend them. Yes, they're very, very pricey, and you're not getting a whole lot in a bottle, but so good. And I just love Westman Atelier in general. I also highly recommend their complexion drops, which are going to be on the Sephora sale. The complexion drops as well. You just like both of these are just, oh. Now, the complexion drops are very, very, very hydrating. So if you don't like really, really dewy, not going to be for you. It's just a nice light base. Really, technically, it's kind of like a skin tint. But this is a very, very glowing, gorgeous, like makes your skin just look so healthy and nourished. And I just adore it. Like I said, you don't get a lot out of this packaging, but to me, it's worth it. And speaking of Westman Atelier, we have another product that has launched on the actual Westman Atelier website. They are available already, but they're not going to drop on Sephora until the first day of the sale. So I'm going to mention them, and those are their new cheek palettes. So these are called their Baby Cheeks Powder Blush Duos. There's like all different ranges. I think there's, how many different ones are there? There's 3 different ones. You got kind of your lighter one, a little deeper that's kind of more like berries, and then one maybe like kind of in between that. And these are more of a matte finish. They are pricey also. It's Westman Atelier. I kind of have them on my list as a spoiler alert, so we'll see. But I figured I'd mention it, another one that's set to drop right at the time of the Sephora sale. So that's exciting if you're a Westman Atelier person like I am. All right, so I also wanted to mention the brand, I never know if I say it right, y'all, Sai. These fun liquid blushes, they're really good, very affordable, cruelty-free, like all of that. And they come in the little sets a lot of times at Sephora, and they always sell out because they're such a good deal. So if you see some like this, I'd say grab them. They really are fun little blushes. I really enjoy these, and they have a lot of different like sets on these at Sephora, so keep your eyes open for those. Now, Danessa Myricks is another one. I really recommend. Like, some of the products with her are like hit or miss for me. There's some that I've been like, like I have not loved her palettes, but some of her like Yummy Skin line, oh my goodness, I love so much. So recently I've been able to try a few things. One is the Yummy Skin Tint. Highly recommend this one too. This one has more color correction in it, which you don't necessarily always get in a skin tint, but it's really, really good. So really recommend this one. And I'll put a clip in here of, so you get a feel of what it looks like on my skin. Then I have a couple of her, like the Yummy Skin, like blushes, lowlights, all of that. So I've got one that's the blush I had gotten in a box. I love this one. It's got Upsolite in it, so it's very hydrating. Really controls sweat though at the same time, and like so it will last more and like not just shift and all of that. And I live in Florida where I need that control, but at the same time it glides and blends and it's just beautiful. So really recommend like this line of her products. So here's a blush, and then here's the low light, which at first, was thinking is supposed to be kind of like highlighty. It's kind of like highlighty blush is really what it is. If you think of it almost like a topper for your blush. We got this in our Allure this last month. And depending on the shade that you get, you can kind of use it how you prefer, but it's like a really pretty highlighty blush, I think is the best way I know how to describe it. All right, now my cat has come to help us talk about Natasha Denona because she is definitely one of my favorites. So this kind of probably goes more in the just your classics makeup. I don't have as much in her new products yet like lately to share because her latest product was her Bloom palette. And I did do a whole review on this, and if you like more warm leaning pinks and stuff, then I recommend it for you. Might be a good time to pick it up. But if you're looking for true pink and a lot of like pinks, really pretty and all that, I really don't recommend it. It's a lot more warm tone leaning. But any of her palettes just about that are at Sephora, I recommend. Some of my favorites, of course, I Need a Warm, I think is still out there at Sephora. I Need a Nude. Her Golden palette is still out there. And her Retro Glam is still out there. This is actually the one that has been like ranking the highest for me lately. I'm just loving it for spring, her Retro Glam palette. So anyway, any of those Natasha Denona palettes I recommend. Like that's probably my top like eyeshadow palette brand at Sephora. And then her concealer. Her concealer is my #1 concealer of all. If I had to rank any concealer as my favorite in the world, it is the Natasha Denona High Glam Concealer. It is like luminous and serum like, so it's like a serum under the eyes, so it really helps with all that patchiness and dryness, but at the same time the coverage is fantastic. It lasts, it holds up. It is my absolute #1. Now I don't have any on me right now, but definitely recommend it as like my #1. Like it's hard to go to any other concealer now after using the High Glam. So those are definitely big picks on the sale. You could pick it up there. Now, I also have a code for just her site, share20, I think. So if you ever shop through her site, you can just use that. It's either share15 or share20. I'll put it on the screen because I can't remember. So it gets you either a 15% or a 20% discount. So either way, you get probably the same type of discount through her site with my code or on this sale. So I figured I'd just mention whichever one, you know, you would want to use, but definitely always recommend those. I haven't done a lot of other like eyeshadow lately from Sephora, but from like last year's launches, like end of the year, the Makeup by Mario Moonlight Ethereal Eyes, and I really like this palette too. So Makeup by Mario, I guess, but it's it leans really blue. Even these more tan looking ones in here that you think are going to be brown, they turn blue. So I do want to just let you know, give you that disclaimer. If you like a blue look, go for it. But if not, it's not going to be the one for you. It's not as neutral. Huda Beauty is another favorite, and just about everything out there on Sephora's site I could recommend to you. So it's like, I don't even know where to start, but I will say eyeshadow palettes that are still there at Sephora of hers. I grabbed them up on a major Black Friday deal from her site, but they are still at Sephora. And they are absolutely my favorite palettes, probably of all time. Like they are so good. The Pretty Grunge palette. Love this one. I will say a lot of things lean a little bit like purpley mauve-y, but this is your grunge, gorgeous. Oh, I just love this one. And I was digging this so much in the winter. And her Icy Nude palette, like you have to get the Icy Nude if you don't have it. Now I know this was probably a little more for winter time, but they work honestly, in my opinion, year round. It's going to be great for spring too, I think, and maybe even a little into summer. So you got to have this palette. This is like a #1 favorite of all. I would also say her faux filler lip glosses. I tried a different shade last year about this time, and it was the first time I tried them. I think they were new then. They're amazing. They're probably like my #1 kind of like gloss I recommend if you want that like sloppy lip glass look. These are so good, such a good formula. And then I picked up the later one in the Ube line. It's really pretty, kind of that like lavendery shade. I also got her faux filler blushes too to try. I liked this one okay, like formula wise, but the color of it, because this was the Ube, I felt like it was picking up too much on some of my age spots, so I didn't like it quite as much. Mine are really showing off today, aren't they? So I'd say like those are fun, but there's probably other blushes I recommend more, but definitely highly recommend her lip glosses all the way. And then her base products are always ones I recommend. I always love all of her Easy Bake powders. I have a ton on me. I've got like pretty much every shade of the powders: translucent powder, the purple setting powder, the peach one, the pink one. All of them are really good for like if you want to add the color correcting in or the brightening in to your shades. I really recommend her setting powders. I have most of them in my makeup kit and I'm just being too lazy to get them all out, but here's the purple one that I have in my personal possession. So just depending on like what you're looking for in powders, hers are fantastic. Also her color correctors, they are like my number one I use now in my makeup, my pro makeup kit, which again I have. I'm being too lazy to get them out. I'll put pictures on the screen for you. So I use like, because she has all varying shades of peach and pinks, and regular colors, like they're just really good because you can choose more to your skin tone. So really recommend those two. And then I also have her Easy Bake foundation as well as her primer somewhere. I just can't find it in my drawer right now. And I really like these two. Would I say they're the top best foundation I've ever tried? I don't know, they're pretty good. Like I think they're fairly well priced and like a pretty good mid-range foundation. Give you a good bit of coverage. They're like fairly luminous, but not too luminous. Like they're kind of just right. And also, while we're on the subject of Huda Beauty, we'll talk Kayali for a moment and fragrance. So some fragrances with Kayali are hit or miss for me. I just did the Fleur Majestic, I can't remember the name of it, Rose Majestic, whatever. It was a little bit of a flop for me, but a few that are my favorites that are still there. She has the Yum Bougie Marshmallow. I love this one. This is your gourmand. So I don't know if it's as much what you want in the spring and summer, but I have been loving it. You know, it's got definitely like marshmallow notes, but it also had vanilla and just though it's that yummy classic like vanilla marshmallowy gourmand for you. And then I absolutely love the Vacay in a Bottle set, and it is still there and it's going to be perfect timing now for the spring and summer as well. Absolutely loved these. I do have a full video out there ranking them. I'd say of course Maui and Capri are probably my favorites. Maui opens in banana, but it doesn't last long, but it's very like tropical and sweet. It smells so good. And then the Capri kind of builds like lemon and sugar. It's like lemon sugar cookies almost. It smells so good. And then the other two I honestly love too. They're just a little lower than the others. You've got Marrakesh in a Bottle and Maldives. And I honestly ended up loving every single fragrance in that set. So I really recommend that. It's some of my favorite fragrances at Sephora that are, you know, cruelty-free. There's a lot out there I could recommend to you. I'm really into Replica. I love Replica, but they're not cruelty-free. So we're not going to mention those. But if you're looking for some other cruelty-free fragrance brands, I'd say 7 Virtues. I picked up the whole sampler set last year from Sephora. This is the Peace Perfume Discovery set. I liked everything in here, but I'd say that my favorite, I already knew I loved Coconut Sun, and I already have Coconut Sun. That's my absolute favorite fragrance from them, and it's such a good one. But I also ended up really loving Lotus Pear as too. It's a good like pear one that I think is good for spring right now. And then of course, if I had to pick like a skincare brand, I am going to say Tatcha. You need Tatcha. Like I said, y'all, I'm sorry, I'm a high-end bougie girl, so I'm recommending a lot of high-end things, I know, but Tatcha is my absolute favorite of everything. I have gotten some things in PR from them. I'm a lucky girl, I know. And then I've also gotten a few things from them recently. I did their like Valentine's Day set, and just about anything from Tatcha I love, but we'll go through a few of them. First of all, their lip mask. Oh, it is a dream. It's so good. And I have a little keychain they'd given me that I put on my keychain to hold this to take with me places. It also has the little spatula on top, so you just pull it out, scoop it, so you avoid like your fingers dipping in and all of that. And I was dying for this product last year. I almost got it on the sale and I didn't. I put it back, but I finally got it in that Valentine's set. And that is their lip tint. So this is my product for the summer and spring right now. I just had spring break and took it to the beach with me because it has SPF built into it. And I really like it. It's protecting your lips, but also kind of giving you a balm feel. Here is, look at it. And yeah, I love it. I could go on, but of course I also have the rice wash, so a cleanser. It is kind of a like a scrubbing cleanser too, but with rice. So nice. I've done it several times before. I was gifted it in Ipsy, and then Tatcha also gifted it to me. The Dew Cream is my absolute favorite moisturizer probably on the planet. Love, love, love this moisturizer. Like, you just cannot beat it. Wonderful. And this is more for like my dry skin people. They have other options for the ones that have oilier skin. And then I finally just got to try the Silk Canvas Primer. Really good. Love this one too as a primer. So lots of recommendations of Tatcha. That's kind of my skincare recommendations. Okay, so I think I kind of ran through a lot of like just things I can recommend to you. Some included things I want to, but a lot of these I'm trying to pick things I've tried or I've done recently I wanted to inform you of, or things dropping. Now we're going to cover my wish list real quick, like what's kind of in my cart. I do obviously want to try the Rare Beauty ones like I mentioned. I'm considering that I want to try the Westman Atelier blushes, but we'll see, like Blush Compact. I don't know if I'm going to go for the Sol de Janeiro or not. If I do, it might be the green one, not the pink one. We'll see. I don't know. I might get curious. And then a few other things I've been thinking about. I really want to try out the new ABH contour sticks. So I am an ABH girl all the way, and I am very much getting into just contour sticks instead of like in a palette. Like, I just love, I'm very into cream products at the moment. I'm 46, so my skin just likes cream better than dry powders. And I just love how they blend. They're easier to blend out. They're easy for travel and all of that. So, and ABH is one of my favorite brands, and Cruelty-Free, which is why I'm talking about it. And so I'm really curious about these, and this one is new as well. But we also had the Rare Beauty contour wands recently that I still haven't done. So yeah, I mean, like, I've got the liquid blush, of course, and she's come out with like the highlight and all that, but I think the contour was new. It's still somewhat new. It dropped a little while ago, and I still haven't gotten around to trying it, so that's on my list as well. But what is absolutely on my list that I am so curious about, I've been influenced. I've been seeing everybody talking about this blush, all the influencers, and it looks so good. And that is the new Tower 28 Get Set Blur and Set Matte Powder Blush. So this has like setting powder built into it. So really interesting, which normally I wouldn't go for like this ultra matte for me. But these are like such pretty, like pastel bright colors. The problem is I've only seen the influencers with that gorgeous like tan skin, like very kind of almost olive, you know, complexions, and this looks so good on their skin. So it's like, I don't know how it's going to look on mine because I have much lighter skin tone. So I'm not sure, but I've been sold, and I really want to check these out. So that is high on my list. They're going in my cart. And then I've shared a lot of Merit with you guys, like new stuff that I got, but there's a few more things I want to check out I didn't grab, and I figured I'd save for the sale. And one is their dewy highlighting balm. I really want to check this out. And their bronzing balm, which is like, it's called the Bronze Balm Sheer Sculpting Bronzer. I've been curious about it too. I love the packaging on everything. Also love all their like kind of balm products like this. So, and then I also really want to try their primer, their Great Skin Firming and Priming Moisturizer. So I think it's a primerizer probably. And then the last thing I really want to try is just their brush. They have the brush #1 tapered blending brush. So I might want to try this for their blushes and their balms and stuff. So that's more to add to my Merit wish list. And I'm definitely planning to pick up at least one of those Sephora favorite sets as soon as it's available. I may even do it before the sale starts if I see them, just in case. The one I really have my eye on is the vacation one. It just has the the biggest set of things I want in there, and it's got more merit, as you see. Yeah, just it has more of an array of things I'm interested in, but I could end up getting all 3 sets because all 3 of these look like things I want. So I'm gonna have to make up my mind how much I get of those. Then I still want more from Westman Atelier. I want to finally do their cream blush as well as Ilia. So I'm really looking into Ilia too. I'm really loving the look of some of their kind of minimalist things. I don't know what it is, guys. I know all this packaging just, it draws me in. So I'd like to try their multi-stick cream blush and highlighter and lip tint all in one. So I want to see how that one goes. And I think that's everything I've kind of had my eye on. So that's my wish list. And that probably wraps it all up for today. We went long again as usual. The Sephora sale is where I go crazy. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm a Sephora girl, like I said. I could live there. Yeah, I could just camp out and live there. Set me up a tent at Sephora. So this is my big sale of the year, guys. This is where I go hog wild. I will definitely be bringing you guys some kind of haul. Happy shopping, guys. Let me know what you're picking up and what's in your cart. And stay tuned because I'll definitely be bringing you for a haul, maybe a shopping vlog if I get there in store, but I do a lot of online shopping too. So you don't want to miss it all. And if you want to see me cover some future sales, more of cruelty-free beauty, more of minimalist beauty, some of these favorite brands that are kind of, I don't know, just kind of building your own like minimalist capsule. I have a lot of ideas like that of videos I want to bring you guys. So you don't want to miss it all. You want to pop that subscribe button. And thanks guys for watching. I hope you have some amazing success at your Sephora sale shopping, and I'll catch you guys all on the next one. Bye.